Hey, welcome to Ice TV, and what are we doing now? Me, is going to put on my electronic Rhino steps on my Chevy Colorado Bison. I'm just wearing my butt out on this factory Chevrolet Colorado that has these side rail rockers, protectors. And getting out of this truck, it's just too much. It's too hard for me, so I'm going to put on electronic steps. And that's going to be a project, to say the least. So stay tuned for the adventures on Ice TV of the Chevrolet Bison, Chevrolet Colorado ZR2 Bison Edition. Take off the side rocker steps to put on electronic steps. Oh boy, wow. Okay, and the project begins, and what I did is I laid down these carpet furniture moving pads so you can crawl underneath the truck and not be on concrete totally. So that's the first thing I did. Next thing I got to do is go over here and unbox the Go Rhino whole electric boards. So these are the deployable electronic steps. So I'm going to take away the what so many would say the badass looking rocker rails, but the truck's just too high. I'm 5'10". I mean, I'm not real short, but this thing here, I'm 61 years old, jumping in and out of this truck, and I work out of my truck. I'll be out of this truck 10, 15, 20 times a day. I'm getting in and out of it at least, and it's just too much work. So I'm going to remove these rocker rails, and I'm going to put on electronic steps. First thing we got to do is figure out what size bolts are underneath this thing here. I got my nice little LED light here to help me see up underneath here. So here we go. She's a 13 up underneath here. All right, boy, got like 2, 4, 6, 8 of these damn things. This is a project. Oh my goodness gracious, what have I got myself into today? Yikes. Oh, and the project begins. So now I've taken off the bottom rock rail, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave it right there to make sure this electronic Rhino E-Steps fits like they say it does before I drag that thing out of there. But look at this here. This truck looks so jacked up now. It's crazy. Well, good news is this packaging says this is for a 2024 Chevrolet Colorado. Thank goodness. So you're out there. I just took a picture of that SKU. If you want to buy some from Go Rhino. Oh, this is always the fun part. You start to take apart the box. Hope everything's intact. Nothing's broken. Yep. Well, first thing you want to do, disconnect your negative battery. So you can disconnect the power to the truck because you're going to be running these power boards off a power supply off the battery. So take your negative off. Always put a towel over that end because sometimes those cables are so tight they move their way back over and they'll connect the battery again unbeknownst to you. All right, for the Chevy Colorado Bison electronic e-board, Go Rhino steps. So, and we did get instructions, so that's encouraging. So the motors are going first, and there may be already OEM clips on this because it had existing running boards. So let's see what it tells us, which that gets concerning. Rivet nut tool. Yikes. Okay, so it's good to see that rear left motor, front left motor. You get all the clips, and since I already had running boards on, or rock crawler protector bars, I don't think I have to do too much with installing a lot of other extra clips. And maybe I do. I don't know. Let's get up underneath there and look at that. All right, interesting. The bolt heads are smaller. That's a little concerning because does that mean that this is smaller? Nope, I don't think it is. So that's good. So front motor to the front, rear motor all the way to the back, and then this here is like right here apparently. Not closer, but it's further to the rear. By looking at these instructions. So interesting. No, so front motor is actually back, so it isn't all the way to the front. It's the second one in, and this will be a third and fourth. Good thing I looked at that. We're getting there. Right, so I got the motors up underneath here all set up, which that wasn't too bad. Only 2 bolts though. It's kind of interesting. Just 1 bolt bottom, 1 bolt top, and the power module, and then the rear one. Now it gets kind of a little complicated here because you don't know where to put this power module, but you want to put it here closest to the front of the transmission, because you can use this bar as a wire support to go across the bottom of the truck to the other side. So we're gonna start plugging in wires, then start working on the other side. We are on the right side of the truck. I got all the motors installed. Instructions are wrong. Instructions tell you to put this power module on the left side of the truck. No. So whoever wrote the instructions, they're backwards because all the wiring, the longest parts of your wiring goes left and to the front where this battery is. This is all your wiring for the battery. So once again, if you read the instructions, they're wrong. You do not put the power module on the left side of this truck. If you do, you're gonna have to do what I did and take it off and redo it. So, not great instructions here, and it shows it right here on the diagram. Power module, driver's side, totally wrong. And they show the right side of the truck with no power module, totally wrong. So you got to be smarter than the instructions, which is usually the case. It's a little bit of a project, but we're getting there. This truck's gonna look so much taller. I mean, it's crazy just looking at it right here, but I got to keep moving. This is a project. You always got to get creative. So what I've done, took my fish tape and I ran up under behind the fender here, and I came up inside this fender well. See here? You go down below, there's a pocket down here that you can find right up here and fish tape up through the fender well, and it goes inside the fender well for that electric connection there. So I'm doing right now. And so then you get some wire, pull it back through, then your wire will be on the bottom, and you can pull it back through. Project. So now you got to bring all the wiring up through the cab. You got to drill like close to an inch hole. I mean, they say 7/8. I didn't go that big, but anyways, you got to drill a hole to get your wiring in to electrify those magnets. And now I got to pull the brown and the black. The black is your switch to turn off and on the power boards. Brown to electrify the magnets. So you got to come up underneath this carpet. You got to come back behind your whole console here. This is a project, man. I love when people reach out my channel and go, "Oh, you make it look too hard." Come on by and do it for free, man. I'll take it. Oh my goodness, this is a project. Anybody thinks this is simple? Oh my gosh. But I'm lucky. So I got the motors to work. These are all magnetic based. Getting the wiring for the truck through the back. I mean, it's just a lot of work. I mean, I don't think the average guy would really feel confident doing this. You gotta tear apart your interior. And don't take me wrong, I'm not saying some guy out there can't do it, but it's so much work of getting this wiring through this whole truck. And then up into the engine compartment, I had to cut the fuse. I had to cut these fuse things to get this wiring up inside this panel. So it came up inside the fender from underneath. And I mean, I still have to go up underneath and start tying up all the loose wires. But the good news is that I've got all these magnets. See, these are just magnet driven to open and close these the steps. But then I gotta mount the steps. I mean, wow, man. Right now, it's like I've been on this for 5 hours. I started like 2 o'clock. It's 7 o'clock. I mean, I probably have another hour worth of work. So I know for the guy that does this stuff all day long, I'm sure you can get this stuff knocked out fast. But the guy that's never done it, and the problem is the instructions are backwards. So I pulled all the wiring over from the other side to this side, and it was the wrong wires because it's so bad. Here, this is pretty cool. This is your off-on switch, which turns off or turns on your steps. So that's pretty cool. Now, I gotta mount the steps, and I'm gonna wrap up all my wiring first. So, wow. Wow, 6 hours. 6 hour project. Now, let's see, can I actually get in the truck? Look at that, huh? How much easier is it? There we go. Wow. Now we're talking. Oh, I need the key on the bench. Yeah. Now we're talking, man. Oh my gosh. Wow. But what a freaking project. All right. So let's see here now. So I get out.
This is so cool.
Out of this step here. So look here. See that? Step down.
So cool.
But now, let's look.
I loved it.
Let's look how jacked up this thing looks.
It looks way better.
Let's see you get in it. I mean, this thing is so jacked. It's incredible. See, you have the little lights. All right, see you get out.
I like this.
Good. Let's see you get out of it. All right, so let's see me get in it now. Here, you video me getting into it. The big guy getting into it. Oh my gosh. So before, when I see this truck, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna turn the step on. Before I get in this truck, this is what I do. This is so freaking high. Look at this. Look at my body trying to get in here. Look. I mean, you have to pull yourself in. Now, and then you have to fall out of the thing. So let's put the step back on. So now look. Come up. Step up. Get in. Get out. Step out. Step down. And this is just a tall truck. Wow. All right. So for everybody out there, this is the Rhino Esteps for the Colorado, but they have the directions wrong. The directions are wrong. They have you putting the module computer thing on this side of the truck. No, you have to go to the right side of the truck. Then they tell you to take the brown wire and run it to the driver's side. No, you keep that on the passenger side. It's all reversed. The white wire goes to the passenger side, the driver's side. It's a lot of work. Like, look here, it's pretty cool. You got magnets that operate this. Well, you got to take apart the interior. I mean, it's a major project. It took me 6 hours. Woo! And if I knew that, if I knew it would take that long, I don't know. It was 2 o'clock when I started. Right now, it's like 8 o'clock. So hey, everybody, thanks so much for the channel. Hope this helps you make a decision if you want the Rhino Steps, your Colorado. Do I sell my rock crawler things? I don't think I will, because if I ever sold this truck, they probably want the original stuff with it. Someone will probably keep that. Unless somebody offers me stupid money. Hey everybody, thanks for watching our channel. Stay tuned for the morning conversations. Monday morning through Friday, morning conversations. Tune in, 40 minute talk early in the morning. And you can see me even gab more. So everybody, God bless. Have a great evening.